Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be unboxing some MVP stuff. And I don't have one, not two, not three, not four, but I have 5 boxes to unbox here. This is kind of a big restock for me as a small disc golf store owner. And since it's so big, I figured I would share it all with you, see if I get any cool stuff, and kind of show you what a disc golf store owner gets in their MVP orders. So without further ado, let's get started. First box, typically MVP likes to order their discs within, like they put Axiom stuff together and MVP stuff and Streamline stuff. Right here, looks like we have some Eclipse stuff. Got an Eclipse Proxy, slight dome to it, but nothing out of the ordinary. All got some 6 swirly rims. If you haven't tried any Eclipse stuff, I would highly recommend it. Makes discs typically a little bit more stable at first, but then when they beat up, it gets really nice and flippy, especially for like Eclipse Envies, which I don't think I ended up buying any in this box, or in this order, I should say. But highly would recommend that. I also got some Total Eclipse Hexes. This was a disc I stocked a solid amount when they first came out. And then I kind of just did not realize that I sold out of them. Like I said before, the Total Eclipse, which is not only glow plastic in the middle, but also in the overmold itself, is one, really cool because they glow different colors like purple, green, blue, but they also are a tad bit more stable. So for people with higher arm speed or people that just want a more stable hex, I would highly recommend a Total Eclipse hex. But I got a few of those in. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. So those will be up. Hoping to get some cool glows. Hopefully some purples, teals, blues, pinks, and maybe even white. But those are a little bit more rare. And then the rest of this looks like I have a bunch of MVP stuff. First, I have some Inertias. Inertia is actually a disc I've never stocked before. I've seen them around, and some people have been requesting them. So I figured I'd get some of those in. It's definitely an interesting disc. Feels exactly like a Tesla, just with a little bit of dome. Flight numbers are 9, 5, -22. Definitely looking to try this one out to see how flippy it is, but I got some cool colors. Looks like I got a couple orange ones. Looks like I got a neon green one. And then what is this? This is like almost like a black swirl. If you've seen my unboxings before, I love swirly stuff, especially from MVP. I think it makes the disc look way more unique and very cool. But those were Inertias. Next, I got a handful of Zeniths. As Bedanza has made in previous videos, it is definitely one of the more underrated drivers in MVP's lineup. I don't think it's the most underrated, but I think it's one of the more underrated. These came out with a little bit of dome. Compared to my first order, when I first opened up my shop, they're all pretty flat. So maybe these will have a little bit more glide. But I have a yellow one. Looks like a red one. A blue one. And a purple one. Let's see what I have next. Looks like next, okay, I have a couple molds left in this box. I have Teslas. Teslas were kind of not as popular when I first opened up shop, but then all of a sudden, I think when Simon first came out with the Proton Tesla, I think it made people curious to try the Neutron Tesla as well. And typically, these are mega stable. So flat ones will typically be probably like 9502 or 9502.5 at first, but then they'll beat up to be pretty straight. I wouldn't say straight necessarily, but they'll beat up to be just a tad bit more flippy, maybe a little slight flip up to flat, but then always that reliable fade. I believe the Proton ones were much more flippy. I got a red one here, neon green. I got, looks like a couple teal ones, a blue one, and kind of like this magenta fuchsia one. These all came out pretty flat. Some have slight dome. Maybe I'll have to try one out and see if they're still as stable as they usually are. And then lastly, for the rest of this box, I have some Dimensions. This is also a disc I haven't stocked, but due to people asking me when I'm gonna get Dimensions in, I figured I might as well put them in my next order. These came out pretty sweet. People have been talking about how they want super domey ones. And these, I don't think are super domey, but they have much more dome comparative to other typical MVP distance drivers. This orange one's actually super domey. Mega pop top. And this is what I'm talking about. The swirly stuff is just amazing. I like the orange. Although these aren't my favorite colors, orange and green, I still think it has a really cool look. And that I just wish, like, instead of Cosmic Neutron, that they would have slightly more swirly stuff. But also, it wouldn't make it as special when you do get a swirly disc in when you order a disc. So there's that. But I really like how these look. Yeah, dimension, feeling this dimension now just is so, it's such a wide rim. 14.5 speed. I have no idea how people throw these and think it's relatively comfortable. It feels like my whole hand. I have relatively smaller hands, I think. And so it just feels freaking, I don't even know, huge. Pause. But let's go. Got the super black swirl with the red rim. It's black and red. It's almost like space matter. I mean, this type of swirl I don't think I've seen. This is pretty sick. I mean, it just makes the disc look that much cooler. I am actually blown away by how sick this is. A little bit of dome too, so might be an absolute bomber of a disc. That was the first box. All right, let's move on to the next box. Let's see what we have here. All right, looks like we have a couple molds, maybe more. First, we have a bunch of Detours. One of the more popular mid-ranges at my shop. That hyzer flip to slight turnover mid-range. It'll just drift forever and not think about burning over if you throw a backhand. I wouldn't say it's not necessarily a nice beginner disc, but it's a disc for beginners to get a little bit of extra distance out of their mid-ranges. And then for intermediates, advanced, and pro players, or intermediates and advanced players, I should say, it's a nice disc where you hyzer flip and then expect the disc to just drift to the right. It's good for those tunnel shots in woods, or if you really just need a shot drifting to the right and you don't have a sidearm. So got a couple good ones. Looks like I got an orange one here. Really hoping I get something swirly, but pink, got a red one, and I have a neon green one. So I got a few of those to restock. And then here, it seems like the rest of the discs I have, oh baby, I got a couple swirly ones I see. The rest of the ones in here are Trails. And if you followed my YouTube channel and my store, you know Trails are probably one of the most popular, if not the most popular, stock disc at my shop. Every time I get them, I sell out because they're just that popular. Everyone talks about how they throw 50 feet further than with any of their 12-speed distance drivers, so on and so forth. So definitely a popular disc for intermediates all the way through advanced players. And the swirls don't stop, baby. Let's go. I'm so stoked on this. This orange and yellow swirl is just amazing. I cannot believe that this doesn't even, I don't think I've ever seen this with all my orders of MVP. I haven't seen swirls quite like this. I've seen these, nothing like this, but little lines that go through the plastic that make it swirly, but this is pretty unique. Stoked to get that. Oh yeah, it's kind of like this. So this is a yellow. You can kind of see flashes of orange, or it's kind of like gold. That I see, it's fairly common, I would say. Here's a yellow one with a little bit of swirl in it. Another yellow, orange one. Oh, and I got the pink and the green swirl. This is crazy. So this looks oddly similar to this yellow one that I just pulled. This is freaking unreal. It's almost like a watermelon, actually. It's pink in the middle with the green outer rim. Unreal on the bottom, looks crazy. These also have very slight dome to them. So nothing crazy domey to where they'd be really flippy. I think the flatter they are, the more stable they get. This pink one they also have. They have red one. I got a light neon green one, a teal one. I normally get a lot of Trails whenever I order them because they're so quick to sell out. And I think I just pulled the holy grail of swirls. The blue swirl, my favorite color, and it's got the unreal rim. I mean, what is this? This is like a Must be some sort of new colorway swirl because this is insane. This is probably one of the coolest swirls I've ever seen on a trail. I just cannot believe. This has got to be like mega unique. I don't know. Comment down below if you've seen MVP stuff that looks quite like this, but I just haven't. You'll have to comment below to tell me if you've seen something as cool as this. And also, while I'm saying that, all of these discs I've showed you and that I will show you in this video are already on my site. So make sure you check them out. I'm assuming this one and the other swirly ones I get will sell out quick. So make sure you check it out right now before they're all gone. But yeah, I also got some blue ones. I got some like purple, another purple one. I also have another purple one in there. I have those in a bunch of weights. So you'll see them on my site and you can check them out there. Let's get into the next box. Next box, this one's a little bit smaller, honestly, but I have a few things, a few molds. Looks like Neutron Entropies, which is MVP's overstable approach disc. It is definitely, in my opinion, it feels like one of the better approach discs. I throw Toros, but this feels pretty similar, maybe just slightly deeper. So still pretty comfortable in my hand. This is my first time stocking Neutron Entropies because when I first ordered from them about a year ago, I only was able to get the plasma ones, but stoked to get some Neutron ones in. Ooh, got a little like teal swirl one right there. This one's pretty cool. Maybe not as cool as the other ones, but still quite swirly, very cool. Got a blue one, and then also got like a gray swirl. This is kind of sick. Pretty unique in the colorway. I'm really liking that. Like every mold I've checked out so far has some swirls, so that's pretty cool. Next mold we have with some watts. I just have a restock. Max weight glitch basically. Neon green, nice blue, and then kind of like a magenta fuchsia color, so that's pretty sweet. And then lastly, I have some Viruses, which is an understable 9-speed from Axiom, I should say. Ooh, this swirl is sick. This one's actually on par with the trails I've just showed you. It's kind of like pink in the middle and then peach on the rim, which is kind of sweet with the red swirl. I think Axiom has some of the best swirls in the game. Pretty sick to see that. Virus though, mostly used for rollers for higher speed players, or for higher arm speed players, I should say. And then it's a nice like intermediate beginner, hyzer flip max distance kind of driver. But yeah, this freaking blue one is pretty cool too. I like the blue swirls. Man, whoever packed this order, I'm not sure if you watched the videos. That's probably highly unlikely. Probability is close to 0. But if you're watching this, I greatly appreciate you because these are all pretty sweet. And I'm stoked to finally get some more swirly stuff in and can't wait to open the rest of this box. Next, this is like a little smaller of a box, but I have some Streamline and I have some Fission stuff. So I have Fission time lapses. I only got a couple of these because these have recently been selling sort of well, a little bit more popular. These are extremely flippy, a lot flippier than the numbers say. And that is probably why a lot of people like them. Extremely domey as well. You could hear the pop top, but nothing super popular in my store, but still. If you have a favorite disc in MVP and it's a little bit too stable, just get it in Fission plastic. And once you get it in Fission plastic, the disc will be way more usable. It'll be hyzer flip turnover. For example, perfect example, Tesla. As I was saying, they're normally really stable. But if you get it in Fission plastic, especially if they have a slight dome, you can kind of hear this one. There will be a lot different flyers. There'll be hyzer flip turnovers instead of the meat hook that they are in Neutron plastic. So I'm not sure if it's just the Fission plastic, the micro bubble technology, making it way more understable. I'm not sure if it just beats up way faster, but it is definitely a very solid plastic if you want something that's more amateur, arm speed friendly, or you just want a flippier version of the disc you love. So I have some Fission Teslas, and then also a new addition is the Cosmic Neutron Pilot. This is a disc that actually was requested a long time ago, but I just never got around to getting it. I have it in the electron plastic, I believe, but these are pretty sweet. Honestly, in the neutron plastic or cosmic neutron plastic, feels a lot different. Feels a lot grippier. I don't know, I might actually throw one of these. I got a blue one as well. I got like a bright neon green, it looks like, and then an orange neon green swirl. These feel really nice. They have a slight micro bead on the bottom, so they're pretty popular for putting, honestly. I've never really seen many people throw them, Except for I think Eagle McMahon might have had one in his bag earlier this year. Not sure if he still has that, but very cool disc. I could be mixing up Streamline discs, by the way. So, but that's box number 3 or 4. I think that's box number 4 done. Now we're getting into our last box. Let's see what's in it. In this last box, it seems like I have a lot of Eclipse stuff and then Electron stuff to close it out. Oh yeah, remember checking these out. These are Eclipse lifts, kind of similar to the Insanity, just not overmolded. And these are actually a little bit domier. I'm assuming these would be a little bit more stable. And I really just got them because I think the design looks cool. And I figured I might as well add some more Streamline stuff to what I have currently, just to add some variety. But these all look pretty similar to me. Next, I have some Eclipse Craves. Crave, easily one of, if not the most popular fairway driver I have at my store, and for good reason. These bomb. For anybody that ever tries out a Crave, the next time I see them, they always say it's their favorite disc or one of the favorite discs in their bag. They could throw them, especially here at De La Viega, which is a very technical wooded course. Requires a good amount of distance too when it's in the long pins. People just rely on Craves to just hyzer flip straight down tunnels, or just throw it flat for those slower arm speeds, just to go throw it flat and then go straight with a little bit of fade at the end. It is definitely a disc you need if you're ever in the woods and you need like a technical hyzer flip shot. For advanced to pro players, they can use them for big hyzer flip turnovers, hyzer flip to straight shots, and even rollers. So I think versatile is the right word for that disc, and it makes a lot of people's bags in this area. Next, I have a few Neutron hexes. Snuck in a few Neutron things in here I didn't see. I say it every time. One of the classics at my store, probably the most popular mid-range here, and for good reason. It's like a Buzz, but flies further. Slightly more understable in my opinion, but regardless, it does go further. That 5 glide comparative to the Buzz's 4 glide is true. It wants to stay in the air and it wants to fly. I also have some Eclipse hexes. These are slightly a bit more stable, but nothing too significant in my opinion. I got a couple cool ones. These are all pretty flat, actually super flat, almost puddled. And they all have that 6 swirly rim. This one has like a blue-gray swirl, which is pretty sweet in my opinion. And also I noticed I actually ordered way more Neutron hexes in this order. However, they only gave me 3, and I think I saw that because the max weight Neutron hexes all sold out, and I'm hoping to get some more in soon. But I think these 3 are all lightweight in the high 160s. So if you're looking for a high 160s hex, make sure to check those out. Hopefully I'll get some max weight ones in soon. And to close out this unboxing, I have some Electron stuff. Looks like the first 4 I have Electron firm proxies. So these are, surprisingly, Electron proxies are just extremely popular. That's not to say that the Neutron or premium plastic proxies aren't popular as well, but you really can't get enough of proxies. My buddy actually throws one, and it's like a perfect hyzer flip proxy. Regular proxies are a little bit more, I wouldn't say, I mean, they're more stable, but they just want to go straight. If you throw them slight hyzer or flat, they'll just go straight forever and land perfectly flat. For an Electron proxy, you'll probably have to throw it a little bit of hyzer and have it flip up. It'll ride straight, turn a little bit, and just drop. So for those lower arm speed guys and gals, or someone that just likes throwing hyzer, the Electron plastic is definitely your go-to. Beats up faster and comes out of the box slightly more understable already. So then lastly, looks like I have a bunch of Pixels. Pixels are definitely a putter that most people like trying. Obviously, this is Simon's putter of choice. Flight number is 2400.5. It's definitely one that he's taking a liking to, and that many people also are taking a liking to. It's a good spin putter, but these also feel very nice. I have them in the Electron soft, I believe, and I try to get them in Electron firm, but I think I couldn't get any. Here's the last Electron one, and here's some Electron softs. The soft is, in my opinion, some of the best plastic. This soft feels a little bit firmer than the previous soft plastic. It could just be me, but this is the soft. It feels very rigid. Yeah, it still feels pretty rigid on the rim. This is definitely the new blend plastic, but it feels just a little bit stiffer, similar to the old soft plastic. But I have some cool colorways. I like how the combo between the flight plate and the rim. This one's kind of like a purple swirl with the white. And this one's kind of like a purple with the like dark pink swirl rim. These feel really good. But that kind of does it for that unboxing. And actually, since you guys are all here, I'm currently at my shop right now. So I might as well give you guys a quick tour of the place. Here we are. This is my shop. Outside that window, you can see where those cars are. That's Highway 1. So I'm literally right off of Highway 1 at the old sash mill. We got a bunch of discs. This is the whole MVP section right here. I have some Trilogy there. Got some AGL, DGA. I'm gonna be getting some new DGA and AGL stuff really soon because their new plastic types are coming out, or DGA plastic types already came out. AGL stuff's coming out, so I'll be getting some of that. I have some Discmania stuff. I got some Castaplast up top. I got some Clash discs on the bottom. I have some Disc Zone stamp stuff. If you haven't checked that out. I got some TL3s, Classical Firebirds, Mambas, Destroyers. This was designed by a local artist. You buy one, you support not only myself at Disc Zone, but you support him. So super sick design. I have some collectibles in store. If people are interested in buying these, there's some kind of like cool gems, first run turns. I have some USDGC rocks. If people are interested in this stuff, I'd love to put it online and maybe sell it to you guys if you like collectibles. I also have a small selection of Infinite discs, small selection of Stokely discs. I also have Lucky Disc, which is a new manufacturer. I have a bunch of used discs, so if you live in the area, need some used discs, come on in. And then besides those used discs over there, we have whole Innova section and Discraft section. You can find all your favorite Discraft and Innova stuff. Got a special edition rack here. I got some Innova Tour Series up top. And actually on the second row, I have Garrett Girthy Race, Halo, Destroyers, Calvin Heiberg, and a few Philo Swirly Star Destroyers. I got some special edition Discraft stuff. Got some special edition Discmania stuff, and then some special edition MVP stuff. Besides that, only other cool thing, the shop is the throwing net. I have a tech disc. I hopefully will eventually set up a simulator. Hopefully that's sometime soon. But besides that, that kind of does it for the video. I really appreciate all the support with these videos, with the unboxings, with the whole YouTube channel. All the support the last year has been killer. Can't wait to keep making some more YouTube videos. If you need anything, like I said, any of those discs I showed you in the unboxing, or if you want any special edition Champions Cup stuff, or a new Halo Calvin Heiberg Destroyer, which I'll be making a video on that soon. You can check one of those out. And if you're in the Santa Cruz area, if you're playing De La Vega disc golf, come check out the shop. Most of the time I'll be in here. We could talk discs, talk disc golf, talk about the area in general, if you didn't want to learn about the area. But that kind of does it for the video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.